Leave it to the science fiction publishing establishment to hyperventilate over Trump on a level that's ridiculous. I mean, this is the guy's third term, let's be honest. So what happened in 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020? Did they have a problem? No, but they do now because of hostile conditions for LGBTQ plus members. That's right. Stunning and brave. They've issued a statement, and this is coming from mainly because they were getting harassed into doing so. These idiots on Blue Sky who have cordoned themselves off into this safe space network where they never interact with any normal American person at this juncture have all flipped out so hard that they're like demanding this convention make a statement and do something. And, it's pretty easy because these are all extreme weirdo leftists anyway. This is the same convention that banned me, calling me a racist bully in 2018. And of course, I had to sue them over it. They lost, and now they're continuing with the same deal in Seattle. So they've got their big hyperventilating statement. It's very, very funny. It's going to, of course, diminish anything that they have going because they're just making themselves more and more irrelevant as each year goes on with this kind of behavior. Frankly, the leftists in sci-fi publishing, nobody wants to be around it. Their books aren't fun. They're not fun. And they hate everybody who thinks differently than them. That's really what it comes down to. Let's get into this in just a moment. As we call out all things in science fiction, my friends. My name's John Delarose. Please hit the like and subscribe button here as we talk about everything that's going on in the pop culture. This is my novel, The Stars Entwined. It starts off my Orytian War trilogy. Now, this is a 3-book trilogy. I'm actually working on, believe it or not, doing a leather-bound edition of all this because it's now sold so well. It's pretty awesome. So stay tuned later this year. But start reading right now. This is good stuff. And the reason you should start reading right now is I'm building an epic universe out of this, and I've got a new trilogy that's going to spin out of this that I'm writing, and it is the best stuff of my life. I'm so excited for the books I've got going right now. So learn all about the Orytians and what the humans are doing because this is a lot of fun. It's a sweeping space opera with a big war that happens, and there's a lot of cool personal stuff, great character development in here, and it builds up so nicely over the course of it, especially once the full trilogy is complete, of course. So check it out. I pay things off very, very well. It's in the description below. It's available on ebook, print, and audio for your convenience. And yes, 20-plus novels, 13-plus graphic novels at this point. We are just cooking along right now, building an alternative to this slop that's going on all the way around. Statement from the Worldcon chair. So not only did they ban me in 2018, as COVID hit, Worldcon Washington, D.C., this is how crazy they are, actually had Raytheon, the weapons manufacturer, sponsor the convention. This is the leftist woke people because, all of these evil corporations were all just like backing the Biden administration. And so all the cultural apparatuses were, of course, getting funding from all that stuff too, right? And so that was crazy. Now, as much as they go crazy about Trump and all that, they went to Chengdu, China the next year. And, of course, Trump's horrible. The LGBTs are... Well, I mean, what about China? They have literal slave labor over there. If you're worried about the way that people are treated, China is quite the place where people are horrifically treated. And a lot of them are horrifically treated. But they don't care about that because that's not anything that woke shrieking harpies in America do. All they care about is whatever's the popular thing to shriek about along with everybody else, and that's just so. I stand with Ukraine. I stand with Palestine. Whatever it is this week, right? And that's it. That's all these people are. They're just a bunch of clout goblins going for clout, and none of them actually sell any books. These people who are in this stuff, even like the top, don't sell that many books. We got a book scan report from N.K. Jemison's last novel, a person who's won a zillion Hugo Awards from these people that they propped up because she's black. Turns out that last book of hers sold less copies than The Stars Entwined. I mean, that's what's crazy on this level. Pretty funny stuff. So several authors from foreign countries voiced they're too scared to travel to America given this current environment. Here's one of them who is hyperventilating, Jeremy Zoll. And they obviously clearly just looking for attention because, who knows who this guy is? I've just canceled any plans to attend Worldcon Seattle as someone of Lebanese Egyptian descent with a Slavic surname. Look. I mean, any more caveats here? I genuinely don't feel safe setting foot in the U.S., where I could be hauled off to a detention center or labeled a terrorist or worse. If anyone doubts me, whenever I go through airports, there's a 60% chance I'll get selected for a random close inspection bag search. If I don't shave, it's even higher. Well, just in August, when going between Denmark and Sweden, I was accosted by a border security on a train. Sounds like you need to avoid Europe travel, not the United States, if that's the problem. They suspected me of being an illegal Arab immigrant and needed me to prove I was an Australian with proper accommodations. That's Sweden. I don't want to find out how ICE will treat me. Yeah, the hyperventilating. Mike Brooks, who's, just always been a male feminist creep out there. I've never been to the U.S., being fairly unadventurous by nature, but right now you could literally offer me an all-expense-paid guest of honor slot at Worldcon, and I'd refuse. Well, stunning and brave of him to not go when he wasn't going to go anyway. Please clap for Mike Brooks, everybody. Yes. Ridiculous. Don't worry. I know no one would. Yeah, nobody would. Correct. Nobody's interested in your crap. Somebody else says every single U.S. convention across every single industry is going to get hit with this. There's no way to be ready for it, or the absolute tidal wave of insularity that will take years to recede in its wake. These people are all hyperventilating like nut jobs. Meanwhile, Robin Hobb, an author you've actually heard of, Worldcon is in Seattle this year. I'm looking forward to attending. You know she's going to get a bunch of crap from these people. So naturally, they've been harassing, and there's been a lot of chatter on Blue Sky going, when's Worldcon going to make a statement on this? So they really want this Kathy Bond lady, I guess, who's in charge of this, to make a worthless statement. So she did. Yes, she got harassed into making this a political convention, so now it's political. What does any of this have to do with science fiction? Who knows? You never know. I'm writing this statement in order to share the status of Seattle's Worldcon's current journey of living up to our theme of building yesterday's future for everyone. We've received a number of concerns asking how the convention will respond to orders and actions of the U.S. government, which we condemn, that will create hostile conditions and travel barriers for LGBTQ plus members and their international members. Now, by the way, none of this exists. It's all in their head, and so they don't even cite anything that exists. They just are going to condemn it anyway, because that's what needs to be done. Condemning things. Oh, yes, they're very, very, very stunning and brave here, guys. They've done such great work, changed a lot of things. We appreciate everyone's concerns as we navigate the current political landscape together. As I stated when we won the bid, our theme is an acknowledgement that we have not been successfully built a future we aspired to, but we are also inspired by optimism for a better future, including the movements that have existed throughout history, pushing us to build communities, pushing us to recognize our shared humanity. Unless you're a conservative or a Christian, then get out, right? That's their inclusivity is always about excluding people 100% of the time, because at the end of the day, who these people are, and you can see it in Mike Brooks's picture here. They were bullied in high school, and so they hate normal people, and they want to have a safe space together. So they could feel like they have a little bit of power. That's all this is about. It's really just inept people who are trying to be bullies because they were bullied as kids. That's my psychological analysis. The personal is political. Oh yes, and our fandom lives cannot and should not be separated from that reality. Oh, so stunning. We are not going to get everything right. I'm explicitly asking for your grace as we move forward. Do our best, listen to feedback, correct our course as necessary. We do not have a list of all the steps we're going to take in light of the political landscape right now, as it shifts rapidly. Because they don't even know what's going on. They're making a statement about something that nothing's happened, pretending like anything could happen. They think, we're in literally Nazi Germany, because these people are so invested in fantasy that they can't separate the real world at this point. This is the problem, really. These are all mentally ill people that are running these conventions at this juncture. It's sad. And so this is where it's at. So they're going to make this worthless statement gobbledygook that does nothing and goes crazy. Here's our code of conduct, diversity, commitment, and anti-racism statement. What, again, science fiction? Like, what about cool sci-fi books and what's going on in Star Trek? And no. Wouldn't have that at the World Science Fiction Convention. Then they say they have a virtual membership. Keeps on going, and there's the ACLU, Know Your Rights. I mean, look at just how long and pointless this is. And naturally, it ends with some pronouns. You can't make this stuff up. These people are ridiculous. I couldn't even get through this entire thing because it was just so insufferable. This is so long, so pointless. Diversity commitment. I'll click on this. Yes. Here we are. Learners, doers, makers, creators. Yes, yes, yes. Diversity, inclusion, access, affordability, separate, intertwined poles of our convention. This will come from the top down. Ongoing work to reach out to underrepresented groups to join our convention. How many Republicans do you think are going to be at their convention? How many open Christians will be at their convention? I'm gonna guess it's going to be very, very little. Maybe they need me. Maybe I'll go. What do you guys think? Leave a comment down below. I'm sure I'll get banned if I tried to go. They're ridiculous. Anti-racism statement. Oh. Committed to being anti-racist, working to exclude bias from our event, acknowledging our prejudices and benefits from. They're all white. They're all like these old white blue-haired women too. That's the funny part. That's what's ridiculous. But they're doing nothing, and they're crying about it, and that's what Worldcon does, because they're not about science fiction. They're just about their crazy political stuff that's going to get them clout and golf claps from blue sky people. That's it. It's really, really sad. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure to grab my Stars Entwined. Get the whole trilogy, guys. It really builds up so nicely. The Stars Asunder, Stars Enjoined right here. It's a really good series. It's available all on ebook, print, and audio for your convenience. Put that link in the description below so you can start reading. Thanks so much. We'll be back soon.